Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, The Schooner Fam. Is it The Schooner Fam or just Schooner Fam?
I think you have it as the Schooner Fam.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Or I think it's Schooner Fam.
Just Schooner Fam?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was the Schooner
I don't
Fam.
know.
Oh.
Welcome back to our channel. It's the girls Stacy and Tim, and we are back with another video.
Yes.
As you can tell by the title, we'll be talking about our engagement story.
Yes.
And you gotta stay tuned to find out if I said yes the first time. Okay, Tim will kick it off.
Yeah, so I'm just going to talk about a few things from before the actual engagement story. So yeah, we started dating July 18th, 2020. And we were engaged January 1st, 2021. So the New Year's Day. Basically, we talked, it was 3 weeks before we actually went on our first date. So I know this sounds crazy, but I knew I was in love with her before we actually went on our first date.
That's crazy. Like over text messages. What if I was like what do you call it?
A psychopath?
A psychopath, or I was like, okay, I'm Stacy, but in real life I'm not even who I said I was.
Well, I knew who you were.
Oh.
Like, I knew what you looked like, and just like talking to her and like hearing her story, I mean, all the stuff you guys heard, and
Some.
yeah, like the person who she is, like
Yeah.
through her messages I can see that she was definitely an amazing woman. And
You could see.
yes. Anyways, so we went on our first date, and after the first date, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna marry this girl because I ain't gonna find anyone better. And that's true. I've always been the type of person, like Stacy's the only person I've ever dated and been with. That was always,
His goal.
yeah, it was always my goal. Like, I didn't want to go through a bunch of relationships. It was always, for me, it was one and done. So I was lucky enough that all worked out, which is awesome because she is truly amazing. Love the show so much. Yeah, so that worked out. It does sound a lot crazy because some people, it takes them like months before they actually fall in love with someone, but Stacy being who she is, it was just so easy for me to fall in love with her. So basically, the planning up to the day that I actually asked her.
I got tricked.
Yes, so I had to figure out her ring size, obviously, because you want the ring to fit when you propose. So basically, I went to...
You didn't want it to be like a knuckle ring, like...
So one of our mutual friends, Keisha, shout out.
Big up yourself.
Basically, I told her a couple months in advance that I was getting ready to propose soon. Which she was psyched about, obviously.
She's always excited. When is Keisha not excited? Like, come on.
And I was like, I was gonna ask her to take Stacy ring shopping so that we could figure out her size. Then Keisha came up with the idea. She was like, well, if I order one of those ring sizer thingies
Yeah, like...
and get Jamani to check his size, if we do that in front of Stacy being who she was, she would be like, oh, I wonder what my size is.
So one day, Tim came over Keisha and Jimani's house.
Yes.
And Keisha was like, hey, look at what I got. I have the ring sizer thingy. So Jimani was like, oh, I need to know my ring size, so, when me and Keisha get married.
Yeah.
So he tried his ring size. And then Keisha was like, wonder what my ring size is. And she did hers. Even Kyla was like, I want to know my ring size. I'm like, hey, everyone is like figuring out their ring size.
Yeah.
I need to know my ring size too because
You never know.
I'm that girl. So
So yeah, she went and tried it on, and then I had her size. So basically, yeah, that was kind of our trick to figure out her size. And basically, the whole idea was that it wouldn't blow the surprise.
I had no idea.
So yeah, we made it seem like it was her idea to figure it out, even though
It was
our idea together. But yeah, so yeah, that worked out very well.
And then Tim, I think he was thinking to propose to me December 30th. No. Before we get to that part,
Yes.
we used to like go to the store all the time, and he would like fake it, like
I was fake proposing
Like-
a lot, especially leading up to the actual day. Like,
yeah, it would be like see like little boxes at the store on
Yeah.
this ways, and like, hey, would you marry me? Or pretends like he's going on his knee. And I'm like, get off! Like, what are you doing? Or every time you would fake it, I like,
yeah, she'd get irritated.
yeah,
and be
like,
mad at you.
shut up. And then he decided to propose to me December 31st.
Yes. So New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I
But
mean, what better day, right? Like,
that's so popular. Like, everyone's getting proposed that day.
yeah.
What changed your mind?
So, well, we found out you had to work, which I originally, when I made the plan, obviously I didn't think she had to work. I think you actually went in early that day too.
No, I picked up a shift.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay.
I was working overtime.
Yeah.
So I think I went in like I was supposed to work from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. But I think I went in early.
Yeah,
at
I
like
think you did, yeah.
7 p.m. or something.
Then I kind of changed the plan and I was like, okay, if I show up around midnight, get her to come out, maybe I could do it that way. But then they, like her and her coworkers were going to do like a little get together for New Year's Eve.
Yeah,
So
like everyone on midnights
Yeah.
would like,
get, like,
10, 9.
yeah, hats and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So I didn't want to interrupt that. So I kind of had to change the plan again.
Yeah, because we went just to the store to get stuff to celebrate New
Yeah.
Year's
Yeah.
at work.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to like ruin that.
Yeah. So I talked to Keisha and I forget. Oh, they were at a New Year's Eve party, so they weren't at home. That's where Stacy was staying at the time.
Yeah.
Shout out again to Keisha and Giovanni. Thank
Big
you.
up yourself.
I talked to Keisha. It was a couple days before, and I was like, "Is it okay if I go into your house?"
Breaking.
New Year's Day morning. So essentially, when Stacy would be getting home.
At 7.
And I would have this whole setup done, which I'm sure she'll put a picture up of what it looked like. And you may have seen on IG.
Yeah. If not, I'll just put a picture
Yeah.
at the end of the video. So you
Yes.
gotta watch it. Don't just skip through now. You gotta watch it.
Anyways, so I went and I got like fake rose petals off of Amazon. Shout out to Amazon.
Everyone's getting a shout out.
And obviously I had the ring. So she was supposed to be getting home at 7. So I got there, I think I got there at 6:30, and I kind of put out all the petals to write out "Marry Me," and then I was gonna be on one knee with the ring box open.
Before it gets to that point, I just gotta say I had an idea that Tim was gonna propose to me.
Yes.
Because the ending of December, Tim was like going through to get his car.
Yes.
And he gave me his phone. His bank app was open, like his account and everything. Me being nosy, Stacy went through his transaction. I'm like, what's this big purchase? Like, what did he buy for?
And I couldn't grab my phone.
And I'm like, oh.
So
I
yeah,
see.
she kind of saw the price and the place it came from.
But I didn't know when he was gonna do it.
Yes. So she kind of knew it was going to happen soon, but she didn't know the exact date.
Yeah. So he was at Keisha's.
Yes.
He set up everything. I was supposed to come off work 7 o'clock. At this point in time, Tim did not live in the same town.
Yes.
I
lived
lived-
in, yeah.
He lived like 20 minutes away. So he wouldn't like come pick me up and drop me home. I just get rides from my coworkers.
Yes.
So this girl gave me a ride home, right? So we were there and she's like, I wonder if like Tim Hortons is open, like the coffee shop.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't know. So we went to this one Tim Hortons and it was closed because it was New Year's Day.
Yeah, most things were closed.
Yeah, and then we were driving across town to get coffee at 7. It was 7:30, and Tim messaged me and he was like, are you still alive?
Yeah, so I was kind of like, I didn't want to give away the fact I was waiting for her, but I was like, did you make it home? Because I asked her to message me when she got home. And I'm like, did you make it home yet? Because you haven't messaged me. And she's like, no, we're still driving around trying to find a place to eat some food.
And
I'm
you're like, everywhere is
okay.
closed.
Yeah.
So now my friend was approaching the street to go to Keisha's.
Yeah.
And I thought I saw Tim's car parked like a couple houses down.
I parked it away because I didn't want her to notice it. But it stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, and I was like looking back and I'm like, is that Tim's car? And my friend was like, why would he be here this time? I'm like, exactly, it's not Tim's car.
Yes.
And then I went inside. Did you like lock the door behind you?
Yes, I locked the door behind me so then this way I would hear when she was opening.
No.
So I heard the door like opening.
And he probably was shitting himself.
I was shaking. I was honestly shaking.
Yeah. And then I went down to like,
But to her, it seemed off because the light in the basement was on, which it never is on. And I was honestly thinking about shutting off, but I didn't want her to like turn it on and then scare the shit out of her.
Because no one was home, right? And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so they left the light on. And I'm pretty sure when I was leaving last night, I turned it off.
Yeah.
So I was like being so cautious going down the stairs. I'm like, what if someone broke in? What if someone did broke in the house? And I was like going down the stairs very carefully. And then I popped around the corner. I'm like, I was like, holy.
And then she like went back to the steps because she was crying.
Yeah, I was like trying to cry. I was
Yeah.
so tired and
she was crying,
exhausted.
yes.
I'm like, I don't even know how to. I wasn't shocked. I was surprised, but I didn't know
Yes.
how to
React.
I was like, ah. And then you see the "Marry Me" written out, and he was on his knees with the bouquet of flowers, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know. And eventually I was crying.
Yes, eventually she was crying, yes. And she said no.
Yeah, I said no. I was crying and I said no. Like, why would I marry you? It's too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was telling my coworkers a hint and they were like,
Really?
that's way too soon. And I've been with my boyfriend for 8 years. And it kind of like messed certain people up because they were like, you just met this guy and you have a feeling he's gonna marry you.
Yeah.
And
We were what, like 6 months in?
we were 6 months in, and some people were with their partners for 8 years, and their partners are
Weren't
like
committing.
nowhere to pop the question. Even like for 3, they're like, that's gonna be too soon. And some people said I was like too young. And there's like all of this. At the time I was 21.
Yeah.
There's all of this like negativity, and I was like, yeah, I feel like when he proposed, I'm just gonna say no.
Yeah.
But in reality, you guys just got pranked.
Yes.
Because I did say yes.
Of course she said yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I did heard those stories from people.
Yeah, there was a lot of.
There was like seriously, like he's gonna get engaged.
I feel like in today's day and age, a lot of people are afraid of commitment because of, let's say, the height, like the amount of divorce rate there is, and stuff like that. Now, we came into the relationship and we were both at the same point.
On the same page.
Yeah, on the same page at every step. So that made it a lot easier, and there was a lot of flow. Like everything just happened so smoothly, still does. And so yeah, that made it obviously easy for me to decide it was already time, which a lot of people would say, yeah, that was really quick, but it worked out.
It's what we wanted.
Yeah, it's what we wanted, and here we are.
And I know people who broke up because
of us.
Yeah, they told me that they went home and, you know,
kind of questioned their relationship.
Like, why? So are we gonna get married, or are we just gonna go on for years not knowing what we want?
Which was not our intention at all. Like, we knew what we wanted, so we went for it.
Mm-hmm. And once they were again, waiting.
I'm gonna say to any people out there, if you know what you want and you're not going for it, like, what are you doing? Like, get after it, because life is short. Like, you gotta live now, right?
Yeah. They're like, so you're gonna get married so young in your early 20s. You're not gonna get to enjoy life and party and do wild things. But I can still do that.
Exactly.
Like, certain things. It's like boundaries. But yeah, that's our engagement story.
Yes.
And I did say yes the first time.
Yes.
And thank you guys so much for watching.
Yes, thank you.
Don't forget to like.
Subscribe.
You have anything else to say?
I was gonna say one other thing.
Sure, go ahead.
I still hear a lot of negativity about marriage. A lot of people are like, "Oh, you're just gonna get divorced. Just gonna get divorced."
That's what some people have been saying to me.
What I like to say to those people, no one goes into a marriage to get divorced. I mean, that doesn't make sense. They wouldn't call it marriage, then they'd call it divorce. So just because your relationship failed or is failing, like, I'm sorry that happened to you, but that is not going to happen to us.
Yeah.
The reason your marriage probably failed is not because you got married, but because of the person you chose.
You got married to the wrong person.
Yeah. And when you choose the right person, it's a win-win, and it's not going to fail.
Yeah. Okay, so if I got married at 25, it would still be an issue. If I got married at 30, it would be a problem. Even at 40, people would be like, "Oh, you're getting married so old." There's always gonna be a problem. So just don't live to please people. If you know what you want, go for it and just do your thing.
Yeah.
And that's all we have to say. I think.
Yes. Don't forget to like, share,
comment,
subscribe,
turn on the post notification bell, and thank you guys so much for your continuous support.
Yep.
We really appreciate it.
Yes.
Tell them.
We love you guys. You guys are awesome. But yes, thanks for watching our videos, and
shout out to Keisha and Jumani again.
Yes, and Amazon. And we'll have more content for you in the future.
Bye.